All right, so this is wanted to do a little video on just a creative process and how I kind of start an idea or get some inspiration or something. Depending on the mood and what I'm looking to do, sometimes I start with a guitar lick, sometimes I start with a drum beat, sometimes I start with some kind of MIDI program. And this one, I know I started with the MIDI program. Um, I used Analog Lab from Artura. I love this program. This is great. So this is kind of what I started with. This is the keyboard MIDI. And I try something. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I just started with a little program. So plug in, and all this is in the box. All this is from Studio One. I used all plugins, stock plugins. They work awesome. Um, so that was first. I put that down. And then I try to find a beat, a drum loop. And again, there's plenty of loops to work with in Studio One. I really love this program. This has made stuff a lot easier. I mean, look at all this. Plenty of grooves to find. Stock. This is all stock Studio One. So then I came up with this groove, and this is in Contact again, which is a plugin. So I have the Analog Lab and the drums, and I just try to find something that matches what I was thinking. So I come up with a groove. And then this morning, the little video, the clip before this, was me trying to figure out and come up with something on the guitar. And again, this is Empire. It's in effect, it's stock again. And that's kind of the process I use. It's the same process with different instruments. So what I like to do is I kind of like to do all this in the box. It's much easier. It's quieter. I can come in here, throw the headphones on, and noodle around to try to find something that works. Ultimately, what I'd like to do is re-record all this live. Obviously the keyboards, but the drums, I'd like to get down the drum groove live, and then mic up the guitars and the bass, and get that live also. Not that I don't like this, but there's just something about recording it live and getting the real feel of it. So that's just a little video on the steps I take to record. I'd like to do one on how all this stuff goes through, because this can be so overwhelming at first if you don't know what you're doing. You're not a computer guy, which I am not. So it took me a while to get the workflow down, to see where everything needs to be. So hope you enjoyed that little view, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.